You probably want to learn how I color graded those footages. That's why you're still here. Well, I'm gonna show you exactly that. But before anything, everything starts with lighting. You can't have your light temperature set to 3000 Kelvin and expect a moonlight sort of look. You need to have an exact look in mind in order to achieve cinematic color grading. But I'm not here for cinematography lessons, so let's talk color grading. I'm gonna show you my exact workflow, my node structure, and why I do certain things in order to make the shot stand out. Everything I'll cover is absolutely free. You don't need expensive DCTL plugins, premium LUTs, or even studio version of Davinci Resolve because it's all about the skills. So these are the shots which will be color grading. As you can see, these are my own shots, and we have two more shots which are shot on Red Komodo just to have more flexibility. So starting off with the first footage, this is my node tree structure. This is the one I use, and this might look complicated to you at first, but trust me, it's gonna be super simple to you by the end of this video. So if you want this exact tree structure, then you can find it in the link given in the description. Now let's just start. I'm gonna delete this one and start fresh. So this is our starting point of the image. Looks very neutral. It's just converted into Rec 709. Let's just start from the beginning. We have CST in. I work with S-Log3, so that's my input. And then for output, we have Davinci Wide Gamut and Davinci Intermediate. For CST out, I have the same, but for output gamma, we have Sinian Film Log because I like Kodak D55 LUT, which is the next node. And in order for this to work, you need to make sure that your output gamma is Sinian Film Log, and then simply create another node and go to right click on it, go to LUT, go to Film Look and select D55. You also have D60, D65, which are the cooler version of this, but I like it on D55. It gives very filmic and contrasty look to the image as a good starting point. Now these all are parallel nodes which are for your primary adjustment. Let's just start off with the exposure. So I'm just gonna expose the image a little and just to have a good idea of what we're working with while I'm adjusting my primaries, because in the end we want some sort of a dark look which we'll achieve later on. Let me just quickly see where the quick skin tone stands at, even though they look quite neutral. So yeah, the skin tones are right on the line, as you can see. So no need to change it, but I want a cooler sort of look. So I'm gonna push the white balance to a cooler temperature and then adjust my tint as well according to that, so my skin tone stays the same. So yeah, they're pretty balanced. Let me just decrease the exposure a little. Now comes the interesting part. This is the saturation node, which gives you very natural saturation and not those oversaturated images. So this is a compound node I've created. If you double click on it, you'll jump right into this page. So we have HSV, HSL and levels. Don't worry about this. These are the two. So HSV stands for hue saturation value. Hue is the shade of your color, saturation is the intensity, and value is the luminance, basically the brightness of your color. So for this node, I've already went to color space and then I selected HSV. Then I went to channels and I've disabled channel 1 and channel 3, and I'd suggest you do the same in order to achieve very natural sort of saturation. Because just look at this. If I create a simple node, go to saturation and boost it from here, this looks like very unnatural, very uneven. It's increasing all these values at the same time, and we don't want that. So I'm going to delete this node. And for HSV, once those settings are done, you simply go to your gain wheel or gamma, whichever part you want to increase the saturation of, and I'm gonna increase the greens and see sort of the natural saturation it's giving me. Like, look at the skins, it's very natural saturation, gives a rich skin density. And for HSV, you can adjust it further. Like if you want, let's say, lower saturation in your shadows, you can just simply reduce the lifts And the difference between these two is HSL targets more of the middle value first and HSV targets the outer value first. So that's the difference. You can play with these two around and until you land on a look you like. So our look is not very saturated, so I'm just gonna leave it at this. This looks pretty good. And levels are for adjusting your levels. For example, if you want your blues to be of different hue, then you can go to hue versus hue and then simply do this. Select that color and change the hue of it, as you can see. So this is for your basic adjustment of different colors. If you want your red to be different, then you can do the same. So level is for your own playground, like do whatever you want with it. I'm not going to touch it because the image looks pretty good to me right now. Now coming on to contrast, the image already have decent contrast, but I'm still going to give it some. So initially it will be like this. So you don't want to target red, greens and blue as well for your contrast. You just want to target the whites. So I'm going to do that only. You're basically my highlights and shadow. So just select this by clicking it here and then give it sort of a S curve and see where it should sort of look you like. So this looks pretty good to me. Yeah, this is a strong starting point, and now we move on to the next section of the color grade, which is your creative look. And let's just start off with your soft look. This is another compound node I've created, and you'll have, this is where you give that sort of dreamy look to your image, that glow, that film blur. This is where you're going to do this. So starting off with glow, you'll already have this if you use this tree structure and then click on it and then adjust it according to your liking. For this look, obviously we don't want to have any sort of like a lot of glow because this is not sort of a dreamy footage, but still I'm gonna add some just to show you guys. So this is a little too much, so this looks fine. And for mids, basically if you want to give your image a film blur, very natural, then you simply go to this node and then reduce the mid or details in your primaries. So as you can see, it adds some sort of film blur to your image. So this looks quite decent. Now I'm going to go to my exposure again, adjust my highlights a little and then adjust my globals. Looks pretty good. Now the skin tones, right now as you can see, it's already balanced, but we're going to come here again once our look is done. So now comes your look, which is where you shape your image. And for this, I'm going to go to my primaries and I want to give it sort of a teal and orange look, the very go-to split toning look in the world of color grading. And for this, I'm going to go to gain. And if you want to add some teal, you don't want to add green. Like, this is not the way to do it. You rather subtract the red like this. I'm going to put it at 97. And then we have lift as well. So I want to gain back some of the skin color. So for this, I'm going to go to my mids actually and then reduce the green. So see the difference it creates. Now we are leaning more towards our teal and orange look. You can go a little stronger if you like this. I actually quite like it, so I'm gonna keep it here. Now comes the power window. So this is another compound node you can use. Then so the upper part is a little darker than I want, so I'm simply gonna drag a node here and then increase this area. Yeah, looks pretty good. So I want to target the eyes as well, and we're gonna also reduce maybe the left side of the image because I want to have a very obvious split between the two sides of the face. That's how I lit up the shot. So I'm gonna reduce this here. So this looks a lot better. So for the power window, I need to adjust it a little more. Okay, looks good. Now comes the secret sauce. So this is another node, by the way, which is for sharpening. I'll show you in the other image how to use this, because for this we don't want any sort of sharpening. So I'm going to show you this later, so don't bother about this. Now let's go to our third last node, which is this one. It's another compound node which have nothing in it, but we're going to add our secret sauce. So simply label it. I'm gonna name it as film look, then select film look creator and do this. Boom. So right now this looks very over like a horror movie and it looks unnatural, like this is too much. What you want to do is, after you have dragged and dropped this film look creator, you go to color blend, put it to 0, you go to effects blend, do the same, because we don't want any grain or vignette. We're gonna add it later in the another node. Now comes the main part. This is your film look. This is what decides how much strength you want this to have. So if I put it all the way to 0, this is our normal image. So I'm gonna adjust it according to my liking, and this is good. You can also play with skin bias, see which gives you more sort of a natural look. I'm gonna keep it at 0 only, but you can play around. So as you can see, our skin tones are a little imbalanced, like they lean more towards the greens clearly. So what we're going to do is, after creating this look, I'm going to come to skin tones again, back, then go to my color warper, then select the hue saturation part, which is this one, and then click on auto lock. I'm going to also increase its size. So I'm going to click on the skin tone indicator, and then I'm going to drag this until my skin tones are back to where they were. So now look at this, our skin tones are balanced again. This is great. I love color warper. It's very accurate, and this sort of does like a DCTL job, even though they provide you more flexibility, but again, those are very expensive, and this is the best and the freest way you can get your skin tones to get back to normal. So look at this, we got it back. But what I want is, obviously we have super teal and orange look, and our skin will adjust to that. So I'm just gonna drag it back a little. This looks great. Yeah, looks pretty nice. Now I'm gonna grab another node, name it grain, and then add film grain to it. Now if you don't have this in the free version, then you can simply download some film grain overlay and it would work just fine. I'm going to select 35mm. I'm going to change the grain strength a little. This looks good. And yeah, we pretty much created our look. So as you can see, I've color graded the other footages using the same node tree structure. It's nothing different, just the values, and you simply have to drag and drop this and get the look of your choice. Now coming on to this look, I've done the same thing, but I have achieved a very different look. These are very filmic, but this one leans more towards commercial side rather than filmic side. And in this I've used this node, which is for sharpening and giving a very natural sort of sharpness to the image. And for this, go simply right click and select add matte, and then select the footage. Now it will give sort of a matte to you, which basically targets the whites and the blacks, which is your shadows and highlights. And now what you can do is just simply go to sharpening, which is right here, and then select this, which is to sharpen, and make sure your coloring softness is 50, your level is 50. And then what you can do is, the initial value is 50 for everything, right? So I'm gonna drop this to 42, and then see the difference it creates. Like look at the keyboard. very natural sort of sharpening, and the image looks a lot more clear at the areas which are in focus. So yeah, this is what it does. If you go very low, then it will obviously break, because you never want that much sharpness in the image. So now coming on to the red Komodo footages. As you can see, for this the CST will be different. Obviously you have red white gamut and red log, and I've done the same thing for this. For this image in particular, I wanted to give sort of a dreamy look, so I've added a lot of glow in the window. And for the look, I again went teal and orange, and I've used filmic look as well, and some grains. For the next one, again same note tree structure. I've done a lot of things in power windows to give to make the image more lively. And then in the look, as you can see, these are the values I've adjusted. This is something you learn with time and intuition, like what sort of look you want, and play around. This is not like sort of a formula. You just play around with these and land on something which you like. And again, I've used the film look in this for the saturation. You can see I have also adjusted the hue versus sat. I've reduced the blues, because right now see how strong the image looks. So this looks quite neutral to me and filmic, and that's why I've done this. And for the skin tones, again, see, if I disabled it, look at the skin blends too much, but right now it looks slightly saturated and the density is very nice. So this was it from my end. If you have any queries, then feel free to ask in the comment section below. Also, you can find the link to the note tree in the description below. This channel is dedicated to filmmaking, and it would mean a lot if you'll be part of the journey.